The right-wing social media site known as Parler has been shut down. Now, that's a result of course, nobody wanting to post their website. Now, the reason for that, of course, really depends on who you ask. For right-wingers, it's an attack on my free speech. It's a coordinated attack on free speech. To the left, it's because they aided and abetted a capital coup. And Amazon Web Services says it's because they broke TOS. And said, well, look, they didn't clean up their website. They didn't moderate against some of the more, hateful, egregious stuff that's being posted on there. And so, well, we're well within our rights to be able to refuse them service. You are not guaranteed to have a platform here, okay? Regardless of whatever reason you agree with, the point is that it's inaccessible, okay? But the data, what's really important is that the data actually does exist. I often say that, when something's on the internet, it doesn't disappear from the internet. It's always going to be there in some form or fashion. And so this is, this is no different, okay? And a Redditor is going to explain why that is relevant into the investigations of people involved in the Capitol coup attempt. So the post is as follows. So a group of developers latched onto the press release that Twilio put out at midnight last night. In the press release, Twilio, I believe that's a company, accidentally revealed which services Parler was using. Turns out it was all the security authentications that were used to register a user. So, okay, what does that mean? Well, basically, what this boils down to is that you had people able to go in and create a user, but not have to have it verified by email. So, when you sign up for something, a new website or whatever, and you get this verification email, okay? Oh, we're just gonna verify that it's you, and to make sure that it's not somebody who's trying to steal your name or whatever, all right? Okay, so now, without that verification email, it allows somebody to be able to do some things that are not good. So now, again, Parler apparently allowed anyone to create a user, not have to verify the address, and have an immediately online logged in account. So immediate access with no verification. It gets better. Because of that access, it gave them access to behind the login box API that is used to deliver content, all content. So that includes videos, pictures, user profiles, user information, as well as parlays. So here's just a little bit of an aside. So this is a website for white nationalists, basically, and they're using the word parlor or parlay. Sounds a little French. I don't know the etymology of the word, but it sounds like, I don't know, not something like an American patriot would use. I'm just saying. Okay, but anyway, that's a ridiculous non-point, but I figured I'd make it anyway. And I do love how it's like their version of a post or a tweet is a parlay. I'm gonna send you a parlay. Read my parlay. All right. Anyway. So now, along with all that other information, which is really important, okay, especially the user information, geolocation, posts, and everything, it also revealed which users had administrative rights or moderation rights. So now, administrator accounts obviously have a lot more power than the average user. Basically controlled the website. So you probably see where this is going with the email verification, all right? So if you're able to go in without any sort of verification, then you could just go in and find out who a moderator is, try to log in as it, but instead of, since you don't know the password, you could go and request a password reset set to wherever you want. So, that's exactly what happened. And so hackers ended up creating a backdoor for themselves. In fact, those user accounts that had administration rights to the platform, the hackers, internet warriors, call it what you will, was able to use the forgot password link to change the password. Why? Because Twilio was no longer authenticating emails. This meant they'd get directly to the reset password screen of that administration user. This group of internet warriors then used the account to create a handful of other administrator accounts, then created a script that ended up creating millions of fake administration accounts. So obviously that went out of control very, very quickly, as it does online. Turns out they also created a virtual machine called a Docker that would collect data off of Parler, that would download it to separate servers, which again included user data. And again, it gets even better. Okay. All of the data, videos, images, posts, metadata, including geolocation of all images and videos, connections to the accounts that posted, have been since midnight been uploaded to various cloud drives and storage arrays for the purposes of archiving this information for later retrieval by law enforcement, the public, open source intelligence communities as well. So the FBI right now, they've been trying to identify people. Now, if they want to identify people, for example, posting threats to Nancy Pelosi, AOC, Mike Pence on Parler, they could now go to where all that information is just posted, look it up, tie those accounts to real people through their pictures and metadata and email addresses and accounts and all that stuff, and then go and find those people because they have all the information. Their name, their picture, their address, everything that they've said, all in a nice, wrapped up in a nice little package, ready for the FBI to go and get those, okay, to get those people. And it gets even better. All this information was thought to be secure and private by individuals who were making the posts. A significant number of those individuals actually went through with the process of being a verified citizen on Parler. So what is a verified citizen? Well, it means that they had uploaded a picture of the front and back of their real state driver's license. So basically, they doxed themselves. Yes, they can follow them through their IP addresses, yes. But actually, they just made it that much easier. They don't even have to do that. They've got their IDs linked to those posts, linked to those accounts. They just made the FBI's job super fucking easy. So you've got positive IDs saved to their Parler accounts, verified, and the FBI now has unfettered access to all of this being 100% public. Which again explains how the FBI, DHS, and FAA have been able to immediately and exhaustively create no-fly lists. Every verified attendee of the Capitol riot where they can find a real name has already been placed on such a list. So they can't leave. Can't leave. Also, they thought, okay, some of these people thought, oh shit, I was at the Capitol riot. Okay, what if I just delete my post? I'll just delete the evidence. I'll get rid of the evidence. That'll show them. Now, it turns out Parler doesn't actually delete things. In fact, a lot of posts deleted by Parler members after the riots on the 6th weren't deleted. It was just shown a page as deleted, but that content still existed for, guess what? Administrators. Administrative accounts have access to all those records. And of course, the hackers, and now the FBI, has access to all of it. Everything. Now, I think the big lesson here is be careful on the internet, obviously. Be careful what you post, especially if you're going to do the world's dumbest insurrection. Just saying. Twitter and Facebook doesn't delete your messages either. True, which is why I say that, you should be careful what you post no matter what, especially if you're going to post things about an insurrection. And again, you might not want to share some of this information or just not do an insurrection. Go play cards, go take a walk, do something useful, and not be a complete and utter jackass. Do something productive. That's all I'm saying. Because it turns out, if you fuck around, you won't find out. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like and share with your friends. You can subscribe and help out the channel by becoming a patron. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf, or you can become a channel member as well by hitting the join button below.